Hi.
Hey. Oh, dear.
Hey.
Okay.
Up.
I'm good now. This is funny.
Yes. The word of the day is dirndl.
That was the word of the day many months ago.
Did we talk about it before?
Yeah, remember? That's why we pulled that clip.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I completely spaced out where the whole cosmic connection was with dirndls.
Well, now you
And
know.
and I, because it's a holiday season, I keep thinking of dreidels and dirndls are maybe connected in some way, but I think that's a falsehood.
Yep.
Would you say?
I would say. Well,
Couldn't there be some loose connection?
Yeah. Ow. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
You guys have tuned into, you lucky dogs, 11th Hour Radio, coming to you live from beautiful South Royalton, Vermont. Royalton Community Radio Station, WFVRLP 96.5.
And not only is South Royalton beautiful, but the snow is beautiful, and Emily's dirndl looks pretty cool.
Doing some last minute.
Is that part of the dirndl?
Yeah.
Really? Is it attached? Is it actually sewed
it's
together?
It's an
Undergarment?
thing. But I don't really have the chest to fill it out, so,
It's got a lot of frou-free to it.
It does, doesn't it?
Very froofy.
I'm going to pull it down a little.
But I think it's, it's going to make the show very festive. We're going to have a festive show.
There. Now I'm dirndled.
Yes, we're going to celebrate just the whole idea of festivity.
Okay, let me unfold my list.
Yeah, I know it's very distracting to wear dirndls to
already.
do a radio show, but, we just wanted to prove that it can be done, and it adds a whole new layer of complexity and, what would you say, depth.
I'm feeling so full of depth right now.
Yeah. You're kind of like a Martian. You have a Martian theme going on because aren't Martians green?
Have you seen a Martian? I think they're more like gray.
I don't know, maybe gray-green.
Why don't you Google it and see what color the Martians are? No, just type in Martian and then type in images or click images and see if most of them.
Okay, I think I should.
Wait, are we going for Martians or just aliens in general?
Martians.
Okay.
Is it A-N or E-N?
I don't know. Martian?
Martian.
It'll know. The computer will know what you're talking about.
Color of Martian.
You don't have to say color. Just do Martian so we can see.
Look, we got Martian colors. Mars surface
they're
color.
giving you colors of Mars. Just get rid of the color thing. Just say
I like
Martians.
Mars. I want to know what the Martian colors are, because the Martian flag might be really gorgeous.
We're just wanting to see what Martians look like.
Okay.
We know what Mars looks like.
All right.
Basically. Just do Martian and then images and see.
I'm doing Martians plural. Martian, there it is.
Okay, now do images.
A hypothetical or fictional inhabitant of Mars. Should we go to Wikipedia?
No, just go to images.
Oh, I get it.
We're just going to see what color.
I always forget that. We could even see videos of Martians if we wanted.
Oh, they're all green.
I just want to, for people who think I spread a lot of misinformation, I was actually right on the money here with Martians. They are all green.
Oh my God.
I guess it's an age thing. I grew up with a lot of cartoon Martians. It was the beginning of the space.
Totally green. They're just totally green.
Yeah, the space program and all that. I mean, since John Glenn just passed away, this is a good thing for us to be discussing, because he was one of the leaders of going into space to find if, eventually would lead to Martians.
Oh, good. So he pioneered the Martianing of Martians.
I think we're having trouble with our tense, with our whether words or nouns or adjectives or verbs.
Oh, dear me.
But it's okay. Anyway, but going back to why I thought you looked like a Martian, it had to do with the green color, and it had to do with your headset.
These headsets make us look like Martians every week.
Well, look, these Martians right here with the three eyeballs, they have the antenna. And these ones, look, that one has 3 eyeballs also.
That one has 1 eyeball in the middle.
Yeah, no, this one. This
They're
has
not-
3 eyeballs. Are you taking
yeah.
a picture?
Yeah, but the Martian in the center has 1.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. And the one on the right has 2. So that's a very fanciful portrayal of Martians. I really don't think they look like that. But anybody who wants to Google Martians right now, you're going to really be presented with a lot of different strange looking creatures that, they look at the big head with the big eyes thing.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. It's pretty universal.
It is.
I'm mystified. On the
Yeah,
Martians.
I know why you're mystified. Because you hate space.
I do hate space.
And this is just, we're going off on completely the wrong track because I don't think we want to be talking about Martians at all.
Let's stop.
Yeah, let's stop.
Take
I'm
those
gonna,
pictures
I'm
away.
going to shut this down. I don't want to see them
What were we
anymore.
talking about before we were talking about Martians?
I don't know. Did we start on anything?
Koalas, or you said wombats. You were talking about wombats.
Well, I did, but I didn't really say it because I wanted to talk about wombats. It was just the word sounded cool in my mouth.
It does.
Yeah, so you can say it too.
Wombat.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You did that nicely. Yeah.
What, are wombats from Australia?
I don't really want to talk about wombats.
Well, you said the word
Yeah,
earlier.
but I don't know. That truly would be a misuse of my lack of education.
I can't even picture a wombat in my head right now. Oh, I can. They're like fat woodchuck things. Really big.
No, they're like a bat.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Why do you think they're called wombats?
They're not like a bat.
They have wings.
No, they don't have any wings. They're a mammal.
You are so full of...
Do you need to go and look at the images of wombats now?
No,
it's not a bat.
I already told you I don't want to talk about wombats.
It looks like a giant groundhog. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
I'll just say yes to get off the topic.
I'm right.
I think we should go right to today's theme.
But did you know that polar bears weigh 1,000 pounds about? That's a lot.
Were you planning to do something with a polar bear that
No, I was thinking about wombats and how they're big.
but not as big as polar bears?
Right.
You're so astute.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Today's theme, you might not know what today's theme is because I made it up.
Oh my god, then I probably don't know.
Okay, here it is. Today's theme is awakening out of great deception.
I don't like that.
Oh, come on. Awakening? You don't like awakening? Yes, you do.
It sounds like the what's that thing that super religious people think is going to happen all the time and it doesn't happen?
Apocalypse?
No, the rapture, like when you all just disappear, like in that Stephen King movie.
That's not at all what I was thinking about. I was thinking just...
Well, that's what it makes me think of when you say it.
Well, I was thinking of peeling away layers of deception so that we can come to a greater sense of truth.
Well, you said it all breathy and like you're in church.
Well, you say it then. Say it in a way that makes it feel useful to you.
I forgot what it was already.
Okay, here it is. Awakening out of great deception.
Like when you find out Santa Claus is...
No, we covered that last week. It's not about Santa. This is deeper. How about the root cause of addiction? Want to talk about that?
I think it's chemical.
No, it's lack of connection. This is the latest scientific studies.
But it's also genetic and chemical.
Well,
it's
that
an
might
illness.
That might make it worse.
Yeah. If you have a lot of addiction in your family, it is
Yes.
more likely that you will also.
But really, they're figuring out that the best cures for addiction involve creating connectiveness for the individual.
Well, of course.
Connectiveness with humanity, you know?
It's kind of cold in here. I might have to put my sweater on. or wear
Well,
my
that's what happens when you wear a dirndl into the studio. I, on the other hand, have, what is that?
That's my hat. It has bells.
I want a hat with bells.
Well, it's your birthday on Sunday. Maybe you could get one.
You could take any hat in your house and just put bells on it for me, and that would be a great birthday present.
I can't think of what to get you for your birthday anyway.
I want bells. I love bells. I love bells so
I like
much.
bells a lot too.
I love bells from the littlest bells to the biggest bells. Like if you think of a little tiny bell like that that's on a hat, or where else do you see bells like that?
Those are called jingle bells. So
Yes.
you see them like on things that have jingle bells.
Okay.
There's a lot of hair on my microphone today.
So there's jingle bells, and then there's sleigh bells, and those are quite cool.
And they're just a larger version. You know what's cool, though? This is your standard size jingle bell.
Yes, for sewing purposes.
They make teeny tiny miniature jingle bells, which have the like whisperiest little ring. It's so sweet.
You see, it's enchanting, and I'll tell you why. I think I have a whole theory about why bells are enchanting.
Why?
Because it harkens back to church bells in the distance, which is a very soul-stirring thing. Even if you don't like churches, it's not really the church part of it. It's just the idea of sort of a elemental primal sound. So
I like the church bells in Sharon, right next to the interstate. Sometimes they sing a whole song.
Okay.
Which is probably electronic, but if I hear it faintly as we drive by, I have to crank down my window and go slow to listen to it.
So it makes you feel good.
Yes.
Yeah, and I like that sometimes too. I grew up in Ithaca at Cornell. They have a church clock tower. It's not a church thing. It's a clock tower, and that one used to go off all the time. Like that was part of my childhood. But the one that I really like is a big bell that just makes a big one sound.
Yeah.
That to me is primal. It's something that lives in our dreams, and it stirs the heart.
Did they ring bells when the redcoats were coming? No, that was a light. They put a light up in the clock tower, right?
Well, candles have the same kind of primacy, I'd say. Bells, candles. You know, that's why there's a reason why those things are in churches. So, but they don't necessarily connect with religion, or they can or they cannot. They can be separate, I think.
Okay.
Oh, I can see what I'm talking about is just really thrilling you. How about you want to talk about weed killer?
All right, but hang on. I just realized that the reason I'm having some awkward time here is because I'm not...
Let me help you.
No, I'm not set up the way that I normally set up. Now I'm better.
Oh, you look so comfy.
I usually take my microphone out of its thing and lean way back in my chair.
You know, that makes me feel relaxed.
Good.
So this is how people should treat each other. They should make each other relax. Like if I act relaxed, it'll make you feel more relaxed. Okay. And we should all just try to relax.
I know.
Right? Just that's going to feel good. Especially under pressure, you have to employ some techniques. Like for example, when I had to go pee and there's people out in the room where the bathroom is next to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. So I had to employ a technique of concentration to not be self-conscious of the fact that I was going to make a noise peeing that everybody was going to hear. So what you do, this is what you do.
Oh, yeah, you're going to tell me your secret.
I was going to tell you my secret, because I use this in public bathrooms sometimes. Public bathrooms.
I have a real hard time.
Yeah, where they're, it's public, but it's not it's public, so...
I don't like when the stall doors come up really high so you can see the other person who is literally, 12 inches away from you, from the knees down, and then you have to pee, and you end up peeing in little bursts, which is even more awkward than just peeing.
Okay, this technique will actually cover that situation as well, so I think you're going to be so happy to have this new technique to employ. What you do is you sit down to do your business, and then you close your ears, like you put your fingers in your ears.
You just trick yourself into thinking that...
You just go into another zone, like you pretend like you're somewhere else.
So you always go in
then the
public bathrooms and plug your ears?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have to sort of block out the fact that I'm in a public bathroom, and that the audio part of being in a public bathroom is the most penetrating part of the experience. Hearing all the toilets flush.
You can't hear yourself pee, then in theory, no one else can either.
Exactly. It's exactly true. It's like when little kids put their hands over their eyes and they think they've actually gone away.
Or they play hide and seek by just sticking their head behind something.
Yeah, well, they do that because it
works. And their whole butt is hanging out still.
But it works for them.
Yeah, it does work for them. And the grown-ups always pretend that they can't see them anyway. So as far as they know, it works, completely.
All the way around. Yeah. It's a charade that everybody...
Wow, so this is your pee secret.
Yep.
I hate when people have their bathrooms right off their dining rooms and you're at a dinner party and you have to go pee and then you don't want to because somebody else has gone pee before you and everybody could hear it and you could hear it and you don't want to do it.
Yeah, everybody should have an outhouse.
I always had one growing up.
It's a good thing to have just for people who just really want to get out of the house.
It's kind of cold right now, though.
Yeah, but still. It still might be a better alternative in some situations.
I'm okay peeing around my family.
Yeah, but that's different.
Right, but that's where your outhouse would be. So it's not like we should just have an outhouse here out in the parking lot for us to go use.
That would be kind of public. It would be like a public
super
outhouse.
public.
You could put it over there by the dumpster.
You could just use the dumpster. You could just get in the dumpster and pee.
No, you might get arrested.
I don't think there's any law in Vermont for peeing in a dumpster.
Don't test it.
Or anything. I think it's okay.
To go in the bushes?
Well,
You know how-
yeah, that, but...
You know what I hate about when I'm traveling in the car and you just can't find bushes anymore?
I know.
That's so frustrating.
And when you can, you're usually like wearing clogs or something, so you're going down over a bank and they fall off, and then you pee on your own ankle.
Yeah, and then you know what I always worry about? Even when I'm driving in the Adirondacks and there, I can usually find a place to pull over in the Adirondacks, but I'm always scared that my keys are going to drop out of my pocket in the woods.
Oh my God, I'm always scared about that. I totally understand.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet, thank goodness.
Remember when your kids were little and you had to like pee them on the side of the road? And
Oh yeah.
with little boys, you just have to like press, you bend them really far forward so their pelvis is sticking way far forward so they don't pee on themselves. But with little girls, it's way harder. Like you kind of grip them underneath their thighs, but you don't know where the pee's going to go with little girls. Sometimes it shoots straight like at you or straight. It doesn't always go down. Sometimes it goes off to the side.
Well, I had the worst experience with my son when he was little because we were traveling and he really, really, really needed to go. And so I kept driving and driving, trying to find a place. I think we were near Fort Anne, maybe. And those highways are just, they're secondary highways, but still people drive really fast and it's not a good place to pull over. Plus it was pouring down rain.
Oh,
so I just kept making him wait. And then we finally found a place to pull over. And I just thought, well, we'll just open the door and he can just kind of crouch right next to the car.
Yeah, you do the two-door thing. You open both the doors and then you have a little bathroom stall.
Exactly. And it was pouring rain. So I didn't want him to have to go running out into the rain. But he insisted. He's very modest. And so he insisted on running behind this little shed. And so, reluctantly, I let him go running behind the little shed. And right at that moment, there was this huge bolt of lightning that struck.
God.
And it must have struck the wires going into the building. It was a weird, weird place. And I thought, okay, he's dead,
That's what you thought? You were just like, okay,
well,
he's dead.
I wasn't quite that cash.
Okay, good. All right, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, he came running back like crying and sobbing because he was so terrified by the experience, but he was intact. But that was a cautionary tale for...
Yeah, little boys, just pee between the doors that your mother opens for you. Do not go behind little sheds.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story. Oh, gosh.
We had so many situations like that with him because there was a time when we were building a house and we had to live in this tiny cabin, me and my kids. It was like a one-room cabin and it didn't have an outhouse or anything. And so he wouldn't just go out in the field or the woods. He needed to go to the neighbor's house every time, which involved a rather large trip, sometimes at odd hours. Anyway, we all struggle with these things.
How come you didn't just make an outhouse?
Oh my gosh, that time period I was, I was a struggling single mom and I had somehow twisted the arm of a former boyfriend to build us a cabin that we could live in. I say cabin, it was actually a shack with like a metal bunk bed in it. And, so I wasn't going to push my luck and try to get him to build me an outhouse.
Well, you could dig a hole and you could put like a 5-gallon pail with a toilet seat on it.
No, it was beyond me. I was supervising, I was subcontracting this house building situation. So I was just completely overwhelmed. And then I had a baby. Anna was like 2 months old. So I had 3 kids in a one-room shack.
Yeah, you probably weren't building any outhouses right then.
No, it just wasn't in the cards.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
We struggled through it. Oh, thank God for pizza.
I know. Love fades, but pizza is forever.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw that sign in a pizza place once, a place in the White Mountains.
Wow. And now you can't even get pizza in Chelsea.
Yeah, it's open again.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even check. I don't even look.
Just last night, all the stores back opened again.
With gas and everything?
I don't know because I didn't stop, but like.
Oh, because I was going to say, I was going to lament the fact that all the stores always close in Chelsea except for Will's.
I got some crackers at Will's. I got some black raspberry homemade ice cream at Will's. I love Will's ice cream.
Will's has magic.
It totally has magic.
I think Will has magic.
He, of course, has magic. He is so smart.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
And he flies under the radar. You know,
Absolutely.
He's very humble. He goes...
Kind of rolls under the radar, actually, since he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah. I mean, if you're paying attention, you can see him come and go.
Yeah, but he's sneaky.
He's sneaky, and he's magic.
And he stocks his store with, like, lots of rubber bands and little resin figures of wolves, which are absolute necessity in everyone's lives.
Yes. And how many general stores have the office supplies that Will's has?
And he still carries Boone's Farm, which, you know, you can't find that anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I think that blush strawberry wine in the back. Big old selection of it.
Oh. Yeah, so time for a song.
Oh, really?
Time's just been whizzing by.
All right.
Get it? Whizzing?
Yes, I got it. I was just going to say
honestly,
that.
my brain did that completely on its own. I did not premeditate that connection. So that's how it is today.
Well, what are you going to play today?
I'm going to play, let's see, I got to find iTunes. What do I have here? I have Cold at Night by the Stephen Wentworth Band.
Oh, good.
So let's see if we can fire that up.
Where's the sunshine? Shine on me today. I need a warm friend. Stay a while, don't go away. We race to the stars in search of the speed of light. What's it all come down to? We still get cold at night. Still cold at night. Still cold at night. Dark clouds are rolling. Here comes that golden beam. The rain is over. I was dirty, now I'm clean. Still cold at night. Still cold at night. Still cold at night. Still cold at find the secret to change hate to love. All that breathe would save the children and save their lives. Cold at night. Cold at night.
cold at night. And indeed it is.
So is.
It so is. I remember the first time I heard that phrase.
Cold
It's
at
so,
night?
No, it so is.
Oh.
That came in at a certain point. Like, I'd say maybe 13 years ago.
I am not with the trends.
Yeah, we
right
didn't
now.
say that when I was a young person. But I'm still young.
That's true.
You're
I'm
taking
trying.
a lot of pictures, and
Well,
that's good because you
I'm
look
trying.
great. I like that look with the dirndl and the headphones.
Trying to get there. Okay.
You know what's really sad and depressing?
What? I
Going-
could tell you a ton of things that are sad and depressing.
Well,
but
good. Let's talk about it.
no, you tell me your sad and depressing thing first.
Okay, going to Staples.
I hate Staples.
Well, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And it gets more and more depressing every time I go there. Like, there's nobody there. It used to be that 10 guys would descend upon you and help you find what you needed. And now you can get lost in there for hours and not find the right kind of paperclip.
I have to go there this weekend and photocopy some things and stuff.
Is that where you go?
Yeah,
Which one? Down in
Lebanon. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Since
sad.
it'll be on the way to Burlington, I'll probably do the Barrie one, which is a little smaller and a little less overwhelming.
You know what?
what?
That's the one I just went to that made me so depressed.
Oh, great.
Same lady at the checkout. Same questions, but it's like a ghost town. So just be prepared before you go in. Just bolster yourself up. Remember
Right.
that, that
I hate it anyway. I hate Staples and I hate Sears.
go to Capital Copy. Go to the office supply store,
Just-
Capital Stationers.
I
Go
also
to
hate tire stores.
Well, you
You know,
don't
sometimes I
have to go
drive
to one.
by that tire store in West Lebanon, and it's just like rows and piles of tires. And I think of how sick I would feel if I had to go in there and just like
Smell rubber.
every direction I turned, all I could see was tires.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
know.
how I feel in Staples. It's
I
like
worry about that.
pens, paper. Oh my God, it's so boring. John loves it. He goes to Staples every week because he loves pens. You know.
Does he go to the smaller office supply stores though too?
No, he just
Really?
goes to Staples.
He got.
He
I'm
loves
surprised
Staples.
because he.
He has a Staples frequent shopper
Frequent flyer
credit
card.
card that you can just plug your credit card into all the coffee machines at Staples, and then just
Oh, now that would
does
be
it.
fun. That's for the girl who has everything. I would like one of those.
Did you ever know anybody growing up who just had everything? I feel like I did. I feel like I had a couple very wealthy friends.
You mean like a phone in your room and
Yes.
a set of Barbies and
Yep.
all of that?
And a marble track. I wanted
Oh,
one of
I
those
had-
really involved marble tracks so bad.
I had the kind that was wooden
Yeah,
that you
that's
put
what
together.
this friend had.
Well,
And it filled up like half a room. It was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
All I thought was
and
like,
you
oh
could
my
let
God.
you could let your gerbils out in it too.
Oh, she didn't have any
Well, if you
gerbils,
added
but-
blocks and you made a whole fort around it, you know what my marble set was called? It had a great name.
What?
It was called Multiflex Rollaway.
I don't think this person's marble track had a name. It was just lots of wooden pieces.
Or Multi-Way Rollaflex. I just can't remember quite.
You had gerbils?
Yes, I did.
My God, maybe you were the girl who had everything.
No, I didn't have a phone in my room, and I didn't like Barbies, so I don't think so. And I had nothing pink. I hated pink so passionately.
Yeah, I didn't have anything pink either. No, I did have one ballerina. that
I
was
hate to
pink.
call it to your attention.
I know the train's coming. I can see it.
Just
I
relax.
see it. I'm trying to relax.
Just keep it cool.
I'm gonna avert my eyes.
Oh my God.
I just
My
can't.
heart.
I can't watch you when the train comes
Oh.
through. It's very awkward.
It's just, it fills
It's like
me.
watching Kristina in a very private moment. You cannot look at her when the train's coming by because she's
I'm sorry. I'm a passionate
Right.
person.
Are
I'm
you-
a
are you okay?
I'm just train travel calls to me. It calls to me like the call of the wild. You know, if I could, I was like Toby Tyler. I just wanted to run away from home and join the circus.
Can you actually do that? You know, if you ran away from
I-
home and you showed up at like Circus Smirkus's door and was like, "Hey, here I am," they would be
Boy.
like, "Oh my God, where's your parents?"
I wouldn't do that anymore.
Well, I don't think you can. I don't think you can do it. I don't think anybody can do it. I don't think there's any circus that's just going to take in vagrant urchin children. So,
Yeah,
know.
so you can check that
That's
off
like
your list
awakening
of,
from deception right there.
Yeah, see, I knew that the theme would carry through and that we would find a way to talk about it. Yeah.
Did you have your kids at home? I can't remember.
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so much hardcore hippie than I am.
I know. I had one standing up. Get that, baby.
Well, that's fine. That's way better to have it that way.
Well,
actually, I don't think you can. How did you do that? You can't do that.
see,
You have to be like only half standing up.
Once you try to think that through, no, I was actually standing up.
Were you like bent over, I hope?
No, I wasn't bent over.
Did you drop
I
it?
was in a slight squat. Well, the midwife...
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's not total standing
not
up.
a squat. It was a half squat.
Okay.
The midwife
I don't
came
know why they don't
running
make
in from the
everybody-
kitchen.
They
Yeah.
should make everyone do that. Like, gravity helps people.
Well, I'll tell you what it was. This was what my mindset was, because it was number 3 child. So my mindset was, I want to get through this labor, because knowing that it's painful and all that, I want to get through it with not feeling like it's taking me over, not feeling like I am overwhelmed by it. And I thought, well, a way to stay really empowered is to keep walking. Just stay upright. Don't lie down. You know.
Well, I don't know why they make anyone lie down anyway. That's the dumbest thing ever. Then the baby has to go sideways. Like, if
Right,
you're
gravity is
standing
not
up or
helping.
on one of those birthing seat stool things, then the gravity actually helps pull the baby out. So
Yeah.
it's really dumb to put people in a bed in
You're
the first
right.
place. But
I was actually going to tell you something about labor today. Where is it? I made a little note about
that's weird.
something that you might want to know about. Oh, it says new idea for labor. Oh, here it is. I was reading about this. How this new idea, the goal of this new idea is to get the woman to forget she's giving birth by putting a virtual reality headset on, and then you say,
There ain't nothing to help you forget what's going on.
no, it evidently works. Like she goes into the headset and she sees a beautiful beach, like Cancun. Like
I call BS on this whole idea that
I thought you
nothing
would, I
could
thought you
distract
would love
me.
this idea. I thought,
No,
I thought
if
this,
it works, but it can't possibly work, Kristina.
You are such a poo-pooer today.
No, that just does not make any sense.
This is
to me.
all about
I
clearing
tried
away
everything.
deception.
I had worry stones to hold. I made an entire set of flashcards with like the best favorite pictures on them in the world, like with empowering and helpful things. Like I had the cutest seal ever, and I wrote like slippery seal pup because I was trying to make the baby like slip out like a slippery seal pup.
That's brilliant.
Did not work at all.
we
None of these flashcards worked.
You know, we could do a whole pamphlet on tips for good living, and that would be one. When you're in labor, have a set of flashcards. Make sure one is a slippery seal.
I went through all the magazines and cut out like the pictures that I felt were really just like
What else? Do you remember what else they were?
really tranquil
Like what?
pictures or things
Like
the cutest baby animals ever, because I was just sort of hoping that my baby would be like the cutest baby animal ever, which it was,
Which
of
it
course.
was.
So I just had to keep pushing myself forward by being like, look, soon this is coming out of you, which is dumb
yeah,
because
how
it was
cute. This little
it was
puppy.
like some other creature,
yeah.
a wombat or something.
Yeah.
But I thought that would help because it sort of helped me during pregnancy to be like, it's okay, I'm going to deal with this because then the slippery seal pup is coming. But during labor, no. Like I was trying to look through them and finally I just threw them in the air and I was like, F this, F that. I hate you all. I called the midwife horrible names and I don't call people names ever, ever, ever. And I feel really ashamed. I've never.
I think midwives are used to that kind of thing, used to any kind of behavior, because they're there to sort of hold whatever happens, and everything is really okay, right? You can't.
I said some really mean things to her.
Well, she knew you didn't mean it.
But they were super cutting and personal. Even though I didn't know her
You want
very
to tell
well.
me? Do you want to
No,
tell
I
me what
can't.
you
I'm
said?
too embarrassed at
No,
what I said
get it
to
off
her.
your chest. Maybe you could say it, and then we could purge it from your...
No, because I'm more ashamed of saying this than I am.
Well, just say sort of
I've
what you
never
said.
said something this offensive in my life. And it's not even how I think or feel.
I want to know what you said.
I'm really embarrassed, Kristina.
It's okay. You're going to feel better if you just say it.
It's the meanest, horriblest thing.
I'm going to tell you it's probably not. Come on.
My midwife is a lesbian, didn't have any children of her own. And so I started screaming. See, I'm telling you, this is so
I love this.
hideously offensive. She was like trying to get me through it, and I was like, you don't even know what the F you're talking about because you... Like, it was so cruel and horrible.
I see.
I can't... You already know where I'm going.
No.
And that's not even how I feel about anything, and I'm so sorry, and I wish I could go back in time and tell her that.
You know what? You could have been saying that to a guy. It's the same kind of thing. You're just kind of...
No, but I actually referenced, like, why she didn't have children. I'm not kidding. You know what? You're not human when you're giving birth. You're like a raging, horrible, just cruel, horrible person. And you're feeling like you're being ripped in half. So you want everyone else to be ripped in half too. I don't know why.
I felt more like I was imploding. Like it had, like I was kind of dismayed that I was in charge of, that I had put myself in charge of pain management for myself. You know, by saying, okay, you're not going to use any painkillers. You're just going to do this.
Why do we do that? That's
natural.
So dumb. If I ever did it again, which I probably can't because I'm way too old, but if I ever did it again, I would just be like, give me everything. I don't care anymore.
Well, I felt like if it got bad, I could always go to the hospital. You know, that is the backup plan. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. It's just that I felt more comfortable at home. I knew I would be more relaxed at home. So
see, I'm paranoid, so I could never be more relaxed at home. I always thought like, oh, something terrible is happening right now. What if they can't?
Right.
What if something, nobody can do something in time? Like
I'm paranoid when I go into a hospital.
Yeah.
Because I think they're going to do some intervention that I don't like or I don't want, and I'll be out of, I won't be in control. And I guess staying home for me felt like that it would help me stay in control. And, I'm a control freak. So that worked.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Your kids are perfectly okay.
Yep. Whoa.
Oh, man. Did you know you can replace eggs with bananas when you cook? I didn't know that.
No, don't think that's true.
It is actually, I think.
I think that's something that's...
You should know this, vegetarian lady. I think vegan people do it.
Okay, go ahead and try to misinform the public. It's fine.
I think, though. I think it's a thing.
I think it's a thing.
I do.
Okay, well, you're lucky because it's time to go to another track of music.
Oh, super.
Yeah, so
okay.
Let's see, what do we have here? We have something beautiful and wonderful called Distances Between.
To look me in the eye, to take me in your arms, to let our spirits fly. And you who are steady as they come, wait patiently for me to let you go. You offer your friendship, gentle and kind, but distances between us only grow. And oh, it makes me wonder if hearts can be aligned, if hearts can be aligned. So much love, a friend for me to find in you. Set on making love, I want you all. wonder if hearts can be aligned, if hearts can be so much love, a friend for me to find in you. You loved me for a while, then ignored me some. You teased me till I was about to come out of my skin and into your heart. I want you all. And you who are steady as they come, wait patiently for me to let you go. You offer your friendship, gentle and kind, but distances between us only grow. And oh, it makes me wonder if hearts can be, if hearts can be in love, a friend for me in you. And oh, it makes me wonder if hearts can be, if hearts can be in love, a friend for me in you. And oh, it makes me wonder if hearts can be aligned, if hearts can be aligned. So much love, a friend for me to find in you, a friend for me in you, a friend for me to find in you.
There you have it. That's called Distances Between, and that was Julie James.
I knew it. Ha ha. Tricked ya. You said it was somebody else first, and I was like, I thought that was Julie, but I defer to your expertise.
Yes. So I did have a new vocabulary word for you to take you into 2017
Okay.
with the right spirit. Okay?
Oh, what is it?
The word is, I'll spell it for you, Kulning. Kulning.
What's that mean?
Kulning. That's a hint. Kulning.
A cow?
Oh my gosh, yes, it's close to cows.
The singing that you sing to cows.
How did you know? Are you kidding me?
I saw the YouTube video too, you dork. You saw it yesterday, didn't you?
No, I saw it this morning.
Oh.
I
saw it yesterday. I did too. I loved it. That like little blonde girl in the white dress out in the field doing it to the cows.
I went and liked her page.
I didn't yet, but I will.
Okay, so actually,
you can't pull anything over on me because we basically have the same Facebook friends. So everything that you see, I see it too.
Well, sometimes your computer's not working or something and you miss something. But just for everybody else who might not have seen it, The kulning is the ancient northern herding call. And here's what she said about it that I think was so cool. This is a quote from her. One of the things I love about kulning is the very special in-between sounds. Not sad, not happy, just something in between. Something very emotional that calls to our soul, fragile and very strong at the same time.
Whoa. There's a Vermont version of this.
That you do?
Well, all cow people do. But I don't.
You don't want to do it right now.
No.
Okay, we'll save that for another time.
Okay, good.
Because I think it'd be great if you wanted to present the Vermont version of it.
Okay.
Yep. And did you have anything else on your list? Because I have a couple really weird things, but we don't have to go there.
Said on my list that I like grapes, but I hate raisins.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I also, in the food category area, I would like you to know that I have gone off of Cheez-Its cold turkey for almost 6 months now.
No.
Yes.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because they're really, really bad for you. They like give you cancer. And I've been eating them nonstop since like toddler years.
Why do they have weed killer in them?
I don't know.
Well, that's what's going on now. There's a
And
lot of
BHT or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Cheerios, GMO-free Cheerios have weed killer, high levels of weed killer, Roundup.
We went to Market Basket yesterday to go shopping, which every few weeks we go to the Claremont Market Basket because it's really, really, really good prices. And I don't know, maybe they just barely, this labeling law came into effect, but every single thing was genetically modified, and I was freaking out. It took us 3 times as long to grocery shop because I got off my corn pops from the shelf, and I said, oh my God, I can't eat these anymore, and I put them back. Like, I've been eating them all along, and I'm sure that they were genetically modified before, but I'm like, I cannot put anything like this into my body or my kids' bodies, so...
It's really hard to find a replacement for corn-based cereals.
You know.
I tried to do it the other day, and I was doing the co-op versions. I wanted... My hand started going for the cornflakes, the organic, natural cornflakes.
Yeah.
And then I said, no, corn is such an adulterated crop at this point that even the organic versions...
It tastes good, though.
It really does, but I said I had willpower, and I made my hand move over to the millet rice version of a flake. I know. They're even a different color. They don't have that nice, cheerful, kind of yellowish tone.
Yeah.
They have
like
a more brown.
Gray.
Yeah,
Drab.
and they're okay. I mix them with granola, and then I add a bunch of stuff. I add dried cranberries, and I put banana.
I've got to wean my kids off their favorite cereals.
You know what you can do? Let me give you a tip that I think is really good. I don't know if the kids would like it or not, though. But I just, when I get granola, and I mix it with flakes, and then I add tamari roasted nuts and
So they don't like any of their food to touch. So you already have like 2 strikes against you because you've mixed 2 things together.
Do they like nuts?
No.
What about peanuts?
No, they don't like anything. Right? These
Really?
are children.
Peanuts?
No. I mean,
peanut butter?
Ira won't eat peanut butter because one of his friends has a peanut allergy. So he's convinced that he does too, even though he doesn't have any such thing.
Okay.
But he just has been so terrified by this that he...
All right, this is not going to work for you.
No, and they won't.
I mean,
nothing can touch. I try to give my kids things. I'm like, look, this here thing that I've made is made out of all of your favorite stuff. But I stupid mom, put the favorite stuff together so it's touching.
Ow.
So no longer can it be consumed. It's gross, yucky, ew, gag, yuck, mom.
But you can eat it.
Yeah, but it's not my favorite stuff. It's their favorite stuff. But
yeah.
Yeah, shredded wheat. Ira lives for shredded wheat, and there isn't any shredded wheat anymore. That's not.
No, there is in the co-op.
Not in Market Basket anyway. I just don't want to have to shop at like 7 different places to get my kids their food.
Well, why don't you go to the co-op in Hanover that has both everything? It
Because
has
I come out with like 2 paper bags. No, excuse me, 2 of my canvas shopping bags because I always feel shamed into actually bringing them when I go there because otherwise I'm the only person without them and I feel like a jerk. So you come out with your 2 canvas bags, and like it's $100 each,
or $200.
Yeah, and I'm like, are you joking? I'm all for the best food I can possibly put into my children, but
well, I've told you
guys.
My approach to this is that since I don't make a lot of donations to nonprofits, and so but I do go buy the full price organic produce, and so
I mostly do, but it hurts. I'm like. We spend the lion's share of every month's income just on food. Like
That's worth it.
And we're not a big family either. And we don't eat that much, really.
Yeah, well, you can't skimp on food. You just shouldn't. I mean, you got to make it up somewhere else.
But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was going to talk about mantras. I know you're fascinated with that idea. Do you have one, by the way? Do you have a mantra?
No.
Really?
I pretend that I do sometimes.
Well, I had this epiphany about mantras. I had an epiphany. Does that sound like Julia Child? I had an epiphany.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You have to say something about butter, too, when you say it. An epiphany about butter.
No, I figured out what happens, the evolution of a mantra, if you really commit yourself to a mantra, which is a repeated word. I don't care what it is. You could use like...
It's not a word. It can be a phrase. It's not
just a word. It could be baloney repeated. But the ideal is to pick something that inspires you. So it could be...
But do not have it tattooed on you, because later you're going to be like, oh,
yeah, I
that
agree
was
with
dumb.
that. But it could be, for example, the 5 names of God, and you could make them up, or you could have, look them up.
I thought a mantra was something that like inspired you or empowered you or made you like not afraid of the dark.
Sometimes they're magical words that you get given by somebody who's, a good meditator.
Because sometimes I say, there's nothing under the bed, there's nothing under the bed, there's nothing under the bed. That's kind of the only time when I mantra is when I'm terrified.
That's a kind of a mantra, but the kind I'm talking about is the kind that helps you just focus. And so what happens, this is my epiphany, is that when you use, these words on a regular basis for years and years and years, eventually the words themselves start to dissipate. They start to disappear, and all that's left in the middle is the focus that you've been able to create, the single-minded focus that you've been able to create by using the words. But the words are really just a vehicle to get you to this ability to focus, which is something that is a developable skill.
Have you ever noticed if you say a word so many times, it has no more meaning anymore, and it sounds silly.
Yeah.
That fascinated me as a child.
Right, like the word "the." You'd look at it and go, "What? I think this word looks so unfamiliar." All of a sudden, like, what is it? Yeah, I've had that experience.
I don't know. Something weird. Chemically in my brain, I think. I'm so screwed up lately. I think it's because I'm just really tired all the time, but I can't think of words. Like really simple words, and I hope it's not like that I'm in the beginning stages of dementia, because this is really a little too early for that. But this morning I was flustered and freaking out because I was late, and I was trying to get over to work before I came here, and I couldn't think of the word laundry room. I was trying to explain something that had happened in some room at the house, and I was outside. I was like, in that room.
There's a term for it.
Wash things. What is it?
Parental interruptus.
Oh my God.
It's just because when you have little kids, you get interrupted constantly, just any time of day, any time of night.
The kids weren't even there. It had nothing to do with them. I just
but you're in this time of life when you're being interrupted constantly. Like you can't stay on task for more than 5 minutes before somebody interrupts you. And that does something to your brain, and things start to kind of fall off the wagon.
Well, this should be happening to you, because I interrupt you all the time.
Oh my gosh. No, it is. My brain, this is a product.
No.
This show is a product of parental interruptus.
See, I guess I interrupt you because it's all my years of being interrupted. So
you can relate to me, because I am the older version of I am what you will become. Your brain will become so like disjointed and fascinating.
Your brain's not disjointed.
Yes, it is. And on that happy note, I think we have to sign out.
Oh, is it time? That was fast. It feels like really fast between that last song and now.
Yeah, it's about...
Well, it was a long song.
I picked a couple long songs just arbitrarily. They turned out that way. And the last one is... Well, it's going to be truncated. But if you listen to the podcast, which you can get on iTunes, and I'll get it ready either tonight or tomorrow, you can get the full version of all these songs. The ending song usually gets cut off on the radio show because we're slacker DJs, right?
So we just don't watch the time.
Yeah, so...
We don't have time for that, watching the clock.
Yeah. No. Well, anyway, you've been listening to 11th Hour Radio.
Yes, you have. And it's Kristina's birthday on Sunday, so send her lots of money.
No.
Or nice things.
No, just send me good thoughts. Good thoughts are great. I don't need
money
kittens.
And kittens.
I don't need kittens. That was nice of you to say.
And cheese, maybe.
Okay, so thanks for listening.
Bye, guys.